Pasteur.
Louis someone, he was on the cover of Time magazine, but he told his conservative rabbis that he was training, you can't understand America unless you understand baseball. So he told them all to understand baseball, you won't understand America. We understand baseball, but we're a little ashamed.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, exactly. That's the difference. Do you feel like you're doing something wrong when you go to the movies? Do you feel like you're doing something wrong when
you're buffing a shiksa?
When you're okay, I was going to say when you go to one of those kiss parties, whatever it was.
Cuddles parties.
No, today was Tu B'Av.
Yeah.
Today was Tu B'Av. You know what Tu B'Av is?
It's the Jewish holiday of love.
It's the Jewish love holiday. It would be like like the Jewish Valentine's Day.
But it's not Jewish Valentine's Day.
Well,
to secular Jews, like a secular understanding, it's like sounds like Jewish Valentine's Day, but really it's a profound rejoinder to Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av, the saddest day of the Jewish calendar, which commemorates the destruction of the temples.
Right.
The second one was destroyed because of needless hatred among Jews. So Tu B'Av should inspire us to gratuitous love among Jews and to overlook people's shortcomings and to behave with more kindness towards our fellow Jew. It doesn't mean you need to go out and bang them. But
let's just give the simple shot.
Mm-hmm.
The simple explanation, if anybody goes, hey, what's Tu B'Av? It's the 15th of the month of Av, which was today. And on that day, historically, what happened was they would take all the single women, would get up and they would wear all these pretty garments, right? Yeah. And they would dance together in front of the guys, and the guys would pick out who they wanted to marry, and that. Why don't we have that today? You know what I mean? Me and Levi would just go like, yeah. We would like kick back with a couple of beers and watch the chicks dance for us. Well, Levi may even need
a lap dance.
Need a lap dance to make his decision. So that's what would happen on Tu B'Av. So it was always the holiday of making matches. It was the matchmaking holiday because at the end of the day they would have all these new matches. Many matches were made on Tu B'Av, and all these weddings and families started on that day. So that was like the day that it was done, and that's what we celebrate. So it's a matchmaking day. So in that effect, it's like Valentine's Day. That's my point of it.
So I went to Tisha B'Av services for the reading of Ekev last Monday night.
Where did we go?
The Book of Lamentations.
Where did you go?
I went to a synagogue.
I'll never tell you where you go.
Okay. And many of the men, I was sitting in the men's section.
That's new.
And like a lot of the men were like throwing beans at each other. Is that a traditional Jewish custom on Tisha B'Av?
Beans?
Yeah, like cold, hard, dry beans. So just like throwing them at each other during the reading of Ekev. Is that a Jewish custom?
I've never heard of it.
People who
I've never heard of it.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Beans.
Beans. Full of beans.
Never heard of that one.
Okay, so this week's Torah portion is Ekev, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 12 to chapter 11, verse 25.
You do that, I want to look at that.
So, what's going on in this Parsha is kind of an ode to the good life. Like Moshe tells the Jews, if you follow God's commandments, things will go well with you. You will be fertile, you will have children, you'll have food, you'll have drink, and you'll have a good life. You don't have to fear your enemies. You will conquer them in battle. You'll have safety. You won't have to fear the wild beasts. And I need to look at my notes.
Okay.
So that's how Judaism wants us to have the good life.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with having a good life. You shouldn't be going, oh, things are too good for me, I wish I was suffering more. Like, oh, it's a perfect 70 degrees in here, I really should be suffering. That's not the Jewish way. The Jewish way is to try to create a good life. There's nothing wrong with a good life. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life. There's nothing wrong with having children if you're capable of caring for them and raising them upright. And there's nothing wrong with trying to create a good world and enjoying this world. So this Parsha, in large part, this Torah portion is in large part about follow God's commandments and enjoy life. So
it's very uplifting.
Yeah, in many ways.
Because we talked about this. What did we say? We said things are going to get better now after Tisha B'Av.
Yeah, we're in this 7 weeks of consolation leading up to Rosh Hashanah.
Right.
So Deuteronomy chapter 7:15 says, God will remove from you every illness. What does this mean?
This is a statement to the entire Jewish people. That we as a people, if all of us follow the Torah, good things are going to happen. Right? And, like we're going to be safe from plague and diseases because we're going to be, busy doing the right thing. So as long as all of us are doing the right thing, we have nothing to fear, right? If all of us will just sit and learn Torah all day, not watch the damn Angels game, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm ruining it for everybody, lady. I'm ruining it tonight, right? Then us as a people have nothing to fear.
That reminds me, I used to date a photographer.
Okay.
And this is like December 2005, and I was kind of insecure in our relationship because she wasn't interested in converting to Judaism.
Okay.
But on the other hand, we had great sex. And she was erudite. She had a degree in English literature. Let's just listen to my...
Takahashi's pitching. Okay, go ahead.
So she had a degree in English literature. She was blonde.
Okay.
She was
hot.
She was hot.
Is this going to be a sex
sweet.
story? Is this going to end up in bed?
We're having great sex.
There it is.
And
Yeah.
I never had to pay for a single date with her. She paid for everything.
She was financially
she was better off than I was.
She was endowed?
She was better off than I was, and she paid for everything. She paid for movies, for meals. Like, it was a sweet, sweet run. But she wasn't interested in Judaism. She was a shiksa. So one weekend, one Friday afternoon, we talk about getting together on Sunday, and I call her on Sunday. She doesn't pick up, and she doesn't get back to me until Monday morning. So I got all like hoity-toity and like, she's not getting back to me, I'm not going to respond to her. So then we didn't talk for a day or two, and she figured I'd broken up with her. And so then I didn't get to have any more great sex with her. Because I couldn't handle that she didn't call me back on Sunday. We didn't get together on Sunday when we should have. Like, I wasn't able to like just stay calm and stay poised. Instead I was like, oh, I was so upset that she didn't get back to me. And of course she was a woman, and she'd go through like these depression things where for a few days she just needed to check out. She didn't want to be in contact. And so that was hard for me to deal with, so I lost her. And then the industry that I was covering at this time.
What industry was that, lady?
This was the pornography industry. So they would have a yearly convention in Las Vegas in early January.
Oh, AVN Awards.
Yeah, so...
AVN, what was it called?
I don't remember this foolishness.
It was called AVN. It's called the Adult Video... What's the N stand for?
Okay, news.
You don't know anything. You know exactly.
Let me tell my story. So I would always freeload to these conventions. So I've always been a freeloader, and I'd always like have some friends in the industry who I could stay with for the convention.
Yeah.
But this time my friends who I normally stay with weren't going, or they couldn't put me up. So I had to like start putting announcements out on my website, like, hey, can I like stay with anyone? Can I get a ride with anyone? Because I never wanted to like spend money driving there or flying there. I always wanted to freeload. So
in Vegas they have like rooms you can buy for $8 a night.
So I thought I was going to stay with my girlfriend, but then she wasn't my girlfriend anymore. So I put an announcement out, and this kind of former porn star said, hey, you can stay with me. And I said, sweet. So she was just out of the industry a year or two. She was a big fan of mine.
Okay.
And so I found her at the hotel, and we get into the hotel, and she says, well, I think you should know before our mutual friends tell you, but I'm a huge fan of yours. So we're there in our hotel room. She's lying on her bed, and I'm lying on mine, and we're just kind of getting acquainted because we never met in person. So after about 5 minutes of this,
right,
she says, oh, I'm going to take off my clothes.
Okay.
And so
didn't see that coming, folks.
So I was like a gentleman. I was like, let me look away.
Right.
And she said, no, I don't mind if you look.